Hi, Dave Roscoe here. It is Wednesday, May 21st, 2025. And today we're going to talk about some odd migration behavior. And it's not bad, so don't worry. I had a conversation privately with Dr. Altcoin. When he's not putting out inflammatory posts on X, he does make some sense. And it brings to question, what are the Pi Core team's responsibilities with regard to transparency? And we'll talk about that as well. But first, the metrics. The circulating supply is at 7.2 billion Pi, with 7 million Pi migrated in the last 24 hours, representing 19,490 user accounts. I mentioned weird migration behavior. The migrations didn't start until late yesterday. And that's not that unusual, but what is unusual is that it continued throughout the night up until early this morning before taking a brief pause, and migrations are continuing again. It's unusual for migrations to occur beyond business hours during the week. Now, I know I've reported that they've been happening more over the weekends, indicating an increase in automation, which is good. And apparently that's also rolling out during the weekday as well, because migrations went through the night. The script that I wrote that calculates the migration statistics runs on midnight to midnight on West Coast time. So it doesn't account for the early morning migrations that occurred today. Those will be in tomorrow's statistics, but I just wanted to let you know about that. There is 50.1 million Pi in the Pi migration wallet. Yesterday, if you recall, there was less than 20 million, and now there's 50. So obviously they have topped off this migration wallet with more Pi. The migrated unlocked rewards is at 2 billion Pi, with 7.1 million Pi unlocked in the last 24 hours, and now free to be traded on the open markets. Looking at the price action, the Pi coin is currently trading at 81 cents. If you're part of the crypto wolf pack, I had predicted yesterday within the group that the Pi coin would reach or touch 80 cents yesterday. And it did. It was later in the day, but it did it. We've seemed to be holding that for now. This is largely due to the bull run in crypto in general and Bitcoin in particular, which hit, I believe, a record high. But we'll take it, whatever the reason. It's looking like it's turning down a little bit now, which is also in line with the rest of the crypto market. So, we take what comes. But the current price is at 9.7% over the last 24 hours, with a market cap of $5.86 billion, which is up 9.9%. The daily trading volume is at $452.45 million, which is up 235% from this time yesterday. When the bulls run, they run in numbers, don't they? So as you can see here, I've got the candle view up. We had this big run right here, which started at about 11 o'clock yesterday, and it opened at 78 cents, dipped down to about 77, and then shot up to 83 cents within that hour. And it's been fluctuating down and back up ever since, with a high of 84 cents. That's not bad. I'll take it. So I want to show you something else. Take a look at this wallet. I got this wallet address from Dr. Altcoin. We had a chat earlier today on X via private message. He does have some valid concerns, and now so do I. As you'll see here, this wallet has 1 million Pi in it, and at one point it had quite a bit more. What's interesting here is that there are transfers from the Pi network liquidity reserve. Now, if you're familiar with the tokenomics, the liquidity reserve is used for just that, managing liquidity of the Pi coin. Typically, among exchanges. Now, how that works is a little tricky, and we have no way of knowing the inside details because sometimes it's loaned, sometimes it's bought, and sometimes there's other arrangements that take place. But the fact of the matter is, this is Pi coin coming out of Pi Core Team wallets and going to exchanges. As you can see here, we have a transfer of 6 million Pi and then disbursements of 2.8 million to Gate.io, OKX, MEXC, pretty much all of the exchanges. And this isn't the only one. We have MEXC, Gate.io, BitGet. I mean, they're all here. And then there's another liquidity reserve transfer here of 6 million about a month ago. So this is clearly the liquidity reserve being used for what it's intended for. However, the Pi network is now open mainnet. They can't just keep doing whatever they want to do without letting people know, because we're all watching. I mean, the whole community is looking for any sign that the Pi Core team is doing bad things and that this whole thing is a rug pull. If you're going to claim to be decentralized, you have to stop acting centralized at every turn. And one of the key aspects of decentralization is transparency. Now, the tokenomics allows for the liquidity reserve to do exactly what it's doing, but it also puts a requirement on the project to report it. And just like the announcement last week with the Pi Network Ventures, this kind of thing needs to be reported as well. And the Pi Core team has not announced anything with respect to what their intentions are about letting the community know what they're doing with the Pi that's coming out of these wallets. And I sent a message out on X earlier today saying that I hope that you're planning on releasing reports. Usually this is monthly or quarterly, and we're just now past the first quarter since Open Mainnet. And I really hope that the Pi Network is planning on releasing a report outlining exactly what they've been doing with, in particular, the liquidity reserve, among other things. If they hope to gain trust among the community at large, especially with some of the exchanges who've been very vocal about their lack of transparency as a reason for distrusting them. You're not going to gain trust by continuing to do exactly what is causing distrust in the first place. Well, that's all I've got for today. It's a good day. The Pi is up. It's doing well. How long it will last is anybody's guess. And nothing I've said here should be particularly alarming, but it is cause for concern. I'm hoping to gently nudge the core team to come forward with some more information about these transactions. That, yeah, we need to put a little pressure on the Pi Core team. We need to light a fire under their feet and say, look, we're watching. Do the right thing. But until then, don't panic. Stay the course. And remember, the success of the Pi Network begins with you. Pi to the moon. Peace.